Have you ever found yourself asking God why He allowed you to love someone who was never meant to stay? You prayed over the relationship, you believed it had purpose, and you gave your heart with sincerity, yet it still ended in pain. You replay conversations, relive memories, and question your own judgment. You wonder if you missed a sign or ignored a warning, but here's a truth that brings comfort. Loving the wrong person does not mean you failed. Often it means God was guiding you through a lesson that could not be taught any other way. Before God brings the right person into your life, He often allows the wrong ones to reveal what is truly happening inside your heart. These relationships act like mirrors. They reflect how deeply you love, how easily you give, and how often you put someone else's needs above your own well-being. They expose where you lack boundaries and where you confuse love with sacrifice. God is not exposing these things to shame you, but to heal you. You cannot correct what you refuse to see, and sometimes it takes a painful relationship for hidden wounds to surface. Many people discover their worth only after it has been tested. You may not realize how valuable you are until someone treats you as if you are replaceable. You may not recognize your emotional limits until someone consistently drains you. God allows these moments because growth requires awareness. Without awareness, patterns repeat. Without healing, the same pain returns wearing a different face. Discernment, one of the most important qualities in love, is rarely learned in comfort. It is developed through contrast. When you love the wrong person, you begin to understand the difference between attention and intention, between charm and character, and between someone who desires you and someone who is willing to commit to you. At first, everything feels like love because the emotions are strong, but over time, God teaches you to look beyond feelings and recognize fruit. Through disappointment, discernment is sharpened. Without experiencing the wrong love, the right love may go unrecognized. Everything feels meaningful until you learn what consistency looks like. Everything feels deep until you learn what emotional safety truly is. God allows contrast not to confuse you, but to clarify your vision. When the right person eventually comes, you will not need to force it or question it. Peace will confirm what chaos never could. There are moments when the wrong person becomes more than a relationship. They become an attachment that quietly replaces God in your heart. You still pray, but your hope rests in the relationship. You still worship, but your emotional stability depends on how that person treats you. When this happens, God intervenes. Not because He is jealous in a human sense, but because He loves you too much to allow anything to control you the way only He should. God will often remove what you cling to when it begins to compete with Him. This removal feels like loss, but it is actually protection. It feels like rejection, but it is redirection. God refuses to build your future on something unstable. When He breaks a relationship, He is not trying to hurt you. He is trying to free you. And while surrender is painful, it always leads to peace. Loving the wrong person also reveals what you have been tolerating instead of confronting. You begin to notice patterns you once excused. You recognize emotional inconsistency, lack of effort, disrespect, and spiritual misalignment. What once felt manageable becomes exhausting. God uses these realizations to mature you. You begin to understand that love should not require you to abandon yourself to keep someone else. The relationship did not fail because you were unlovable. It ended because you outgrew what could not grow with you. God never allows you to stay in a place that limits your calling, your peace, or your future. Sometimes He closes doors not because you knocked on the wrong one, but because it was never meant to be permanent. There is another truth that is difficult but important to accept. Sometimes God allows you to love the wrong people first because you are not yet ready for the right one. The pain you experience matures you in ways comfort never could. Heartbreak teaches humility. Disappointment teaches patience. Loss teaches dependence on God instead of people. These lessons shape you into someone who can sustain a healthy, God-centered relationship. God cares not only about who you will love, but about who you are becoming while you wait. He is refining your character, strengthening your emotional stability, and aligning your values with His will. If the right person came too early, you might not recognize them. Or worse, you might damage the relationship with unresolved wounds. Delay is not denial. It is preparation. Your pain has never been ignored by God. Every tear you cried was seen. Every prayer you whispered through a broken heart was heard. Every night you questioned your worth, God was still working behind the scenes. What felt like wasted time was actually sacred training. The wrong people were not meant to stay in your life, but they were allowed to shape it. One day, you will look back and realize that what you thought was rejection was actually rescue. You will thank God not for the pain itself, but for the protection it provided. If those relationships had continued, you might have settled for less than what God intended. You might have compromised your values or silenced your convictions just to keep someone who was never aligned with your purpose. If you are healing from loving the wrong person, remember this: God is not punishing you. He is preparing you. Healing takes time, and trust is rebuilt slowly, but God is faithful through every stage. Trust His timing, trust the pruning process, and trust that the love He has planned for you will not require you to lose yourself to keep it. You are not behind in life. You are not late. You are not broken beyond repair. You are becoming wiser, stronger, and more anchored in God than ever before. And when the right love comes, it will not confuse you, consume you, or compete with God. It will complement the work He has already done in your heart. If this message spoke to your heart, take a moment to like this video so it can reach someone else who may need encouragement today. Subscribe for more messages about love, healing, and God's purpose for your life. Share this video with someone who may be struggling in love right now. And remember, God is still writing your story, and His plans for you are always good.